And thank you for being with us. I'm Attorney General Eric Schneiderman, and I'm very pleased to be here at the Community Foundation for Greater Buffalo to talk about a tremendously successful program, the Buffalo Green and Healthy Homes Initiative, and to announce that I'm committing $2.2 million more to expand this incredibly successful program in two different ways. With us today, I want to acknowledge before we begin um, Florine Harwell, who is a participant in the program, Govinda Subedi, and some other workers, community health workers who are participating in the program as well, and our Assistant Commissioner of Health, Ben Swanekamp. And thank you for being here with us. And we will introduce some of these other illustrious folks as we go through the program. The uh, the Green and Healthy Homes program, which was started up from funds that my office had back in 2010, enables low income families to live more safely and more efficiently. It helps to make their homes more energy efficient. It eliminates health and safety hazards. And it's been funded by my office but administered by the foundation. And the reason it's been so successful really is the amazing, creative, and persistent work of the foundation and all of their partners that they've assembled. Over the last 3 years, the program has helped more than 300 of the city's neediest families improve their physical and economic health by fixing and greening their homes. And I'm proud to say that we've provided more than $2.1 million already to help low-income Buffalo families stay in their homes and make their homes better, safer, and more efficient. And also that the program is so successful that we're now very, very excited about our ability to expand it. Through CARA's efforts and the foundation's efforts and the 50 other partner organizations, Buffalo families have installed weather stripping, energy efficient windows and insulation, upgraded home heating and lighting, and eliminated toxic lead and other hazards from their homes. They've also been able to fix structural hazards that in many cases were just accidents waiting to happen. It's important to families like Florine's, who I'm happy to say has been participating in the program. She owns a 90-year-old house that was cited by the Erie County Health Department for chipping and peeling paint that posed a hazard of lead poisoning to her family. She is a mother, she is a foster mother and a caretaker for her grandchildren. Didn't have a lot of extra cash for home repairs, but certainly didn't want her kids living in an unsafe environment. She signed up with Green and Healthy Homes, and the difference has been remarkable. The peeling lead on the house was scraped and primed. She got a new energy efficient set of windows, received high efficiency furnace and vacuum. It's a HEPA vacuum, which I guess is the very special thing that we all want, we all aspire to. Smoke detectors, carbon monoxide detectors, and her family now has a safer and less costly place to live, and Buffalo has a home that is more energy efficient and environmentally friendly. So it's important to understand that this program operates incredibly efficiently as well. Uh, Buffalo Green and Healthy Homes invests around $10,000 on average in each home that it upgrades. Um, my office provides a portion of that, and then they creatively build around our funding and have been managed to actually expand it and tie it into related funding streams significantly. I guess getting up to around $8 million, which is very impressive. Also, would that all grantees were able to do that well. But it also saves money on heating bills. It eliminates dangers and saves money, accidents and other healthcare problems. People live less likely to get asthma. A lot of value, and it also doesn't just help one home. It helps the homes in the whole block and the whole neighborhood, and that's really a great part of our vision for what we should be doing in Buffalo and in other cities in New York. They've also trained more than 270 unemployed or underemployed people in home repair skills, which are very marketable. And I understand and I'm pleased to say that more than 175 of those trainees have been placed in jobs. Um, but today I want to speak about the $2.2 million commitment to expanding and even getting more ambitious for this wonderful program. First, My office is earmarking $200,000 for a 2-year pilot program, which, if it's successful, we intend to roll out in a larger and more diverse form across the state. The program is going to help refugees who've had to flee war or persecution in their home countries and to help them participate fully in Buffalo green and healthy homes. Every year, roughly 2,000 refugees settle here. They're legal immigrants. In particular, there's a large Burmese and Nepali community in Buffalo growing, and they want to just get here and start a better life. But we recognize that homeowners in refugee communities often have language and cultural barriers that make it hard for them to participate. And we are providing those services through Stephanie Smith's organization, Jericho Road Community Health Center, and we're trying to bring them into Buffalo Green and Healthy Homes and help them with the healthy, safety, and efficiency programs that we are operating. It is very important that the future of all cities, a lot of cities in the Northeast, depends on our steady flow of people who really are coming here, who want to make it here, who want to work hard here, and a lot of them come from different parts of the world. And I'm pleased that this program has the foresight to say we're going to start working on language and cultural barriers and make it send the message that here in Buffalo, we're going to do what we can to make it easy for anyone to participate. And that's a great benefit, and it fits right into the plans that we all have, and particularly Mayor Brown has done such a good job of implementing to revive and rebuild this great city. We estimate that 1,200 or more people can be helped by this program, and I thank Jericho Road for taking on this important work. Regarding the second part of the expansion, I'm very pleased to announce that Green and Healthy Homes has set a model that we're going to expand beyond Buffalo. It's done so much good here that we're replicating it in Rochester and Syracuse as the central New York Green and Healthy Homes initiative. Like Buffalo's, these cities have an aging housing stock, and there are a lot of residents in these homes who are in economic distress. So we're going to be expanding the successful model there. My office is committing $2 million, $1 million each to Rochester and Syracuse as seed money for this expansion. And tomorrow we're going to be issuing a request for proposals for seeking someone to implement the program, which will be done in an open and transparent way. And once these programs are in place, I hope and believe they will be as efficient and successful, if not quite as spectacular, as the one in Buffalo. But it is important. It is an important part of our vision for this state. And I have to say that home ownership in stable neighborhoods are the key to economic revival. And we've seen so many times the downward spiral since the collapse of the housing market. And I've always say to people, a housing bubble is crueler than a tech bubble or anything else, because that is where people have their wealth. It's in the equity in their homes. And the recovery here has been very challenging all across the country. I have to say, Buffalo is doing an extraordinary job and starting to get really national attention, because while many cities are still sliding down, Buffalo is now on the upswing. And I am committed to doing everything I can do, and I think we're going to be able to do a lot more as we sort of work our way through my list of friends in the financial services industry to help Buffalo realize the potential that we see now, and that, again, Mayor Brown is a longtime friend and colleague of mine, has really gotten it to the point that this is something that is recognized everywhere. People who come to Buffalo and visit have the sense that the construction is going, the energy is coming back. The programs here that help us do that the right way, help people stay in their homes and save money down the road with this upfront investment that is such a precious commodity, such a precious thing to be able to do. This is a great program. We're going to keep expanding it, and it's an honor to be here with you all today. And now let me introduce a longtime friend of mine, someone who I've just been incredibly proud to watch as he's grown and worked and brought crime down and the economy up, your great Mayor, Byron Brown.
Thank you very much. Certainly Buffalo is on the upswing, and as mayor of the city of Buffalo, it's certainly always good to welcome our Attorney General, Eric Schneiderman, back to the city of Buffalo. He is a good friend and a colleague, but also, as you could see and hear, he is a creative public servant who is getting things done in communities all across the state. And certainly I thank him for his tremendous leadership and partnership with the Community Foundation of Greater Buffalo on Buffalo's Green and Healthy Homes initiative. This program, as you've heard, has helped hundreds of people in this community. It has made homes more comfortable. It's made homes safer. Already over $2 million has been invested, and it's great to hear the Attorney General say that he's going to invest another $2.1 million in this great initiative. I also want to thank and recognize the great partners that are standing here in the front of the room, the Community Foundation for Greater Buffalo and Cara Metelliano, the Jericho Road Ministries, and Stephanie Smith, and Heart of the City and Stephanie Simeon for your great partnership and your great work in helping so many people in this community. The city is certainly very honored and very pleased to play a role as one of the partners in this initiative. We stand ready to continue to partner in every single way that we can. I'm glad that this has become a national, a statewide model for other communities. Certainly, Buffalo has an older housing stock. Buffalo has people that have tremendous need to have their homes become more energy efficient and safe. And certainly, I thank the Attorney General for his tremendous leadership in creating this kind of opportunity, not only for the city of Buffalo, but for other communities across the state. I want to just conclude by saying, as I travel across the city and talk to so many people, seniors and members of our refugee and immigrant community, I can tell you what a pressing need in Buffalo there is for a program like this. Again, I want to applaud all of these partners, and in particular, our Attorney General, for the vision and foresight to create an initiative like this that is helping so many people in need in our community. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And as I call up a few other people, I realize I was negligent at the beginning. There are a couple folks here from my office who make everything work. Mike Russo is the head of our Buffalo Regional Office, and Lem Stralovic, who's the head of our Environmental Protection Bureau, which is, he and his team are the ones who actually got this money in the first place and are helping us figure out the right ways to use it. And now, to talk more about it, the program director for this initiative, Cara.
Thank you. It's so nice to have you all here today, and so happy the mayor could join us. He has been such a great partner, not just in Green and Healthy Homes for the Community Foundation, but also Say Yes to Education and so much more. So thank you for coming. It's nice to see you. And I extend our best wishes from our President and CEO, Clotilde Dedecker, who couldn't be here with us today. And to our Attorney General, I am so pleased you could visit us in Buffalo. And we are today earning our reputation for cold and snow, and we extend to you the very warmest of welcomes. And I want you to know, I want everybody here to know, that the Attorney General, the capable staff in his office, are especially dear to so many people in this room. We are sincerely and genuinely grateful for your support and confidence. Your initial award in 2010 to the Community Foundation for Greater Buffalo of $2.1 million seeded a collaboration that even a few years ago, no one could have imagined. When you look around Buffalo, you see a lot of distressed housing, leaky roofs, bad windows, peeling paint, and all too often, no heat at all. Buffalo has the oldest housing stock in the country and a very large population of low-income residents. Maintaining these homes is a huge challenge. And over time, not maintaining them creates vacant housing and then ultimately blight. In some neighborhoods, we have a higher vacancy rate than in New Orleans. But now we have real families living in homes that need our help, and they are taking incredible steps to stay warm. Things like turning on the oven and opening the oven door, which creates incredible carbon monoxide risks. And I do want to say that Attorney General, your staff in the Environmental Protection Bureau, the Chief, Lem Srolovic, and Jane Cameron here in our local office have joined us in they have taken the time to see for themselves the homes and the families that need help and to understand that our neighborhoods deserve saving. Because the needs are so great, we are fortunate to have a committed housing, health, and weatherization agencies, to have the city and the county on our team. They've always worked hard to improve the lives and the well-being of the people in their neighborhoods. In the years past, before Green and Healthy Homes, they really had to go it alone, raising money, writing grants, protecting their assets. And if they asked another organization about sharing resources, the answer was, oh no, and it was seen as a hostile act. Green and Healthy Homes has enabled nonprofit and government agencies to become partners, working together, braiding resources to do more work in the homes of people in our great city. Our partners had the courage to cast aside the old ways of working in isolation and to join in a common agenda, a unified process that shares information and shares resources and works effectively together. For residents, this means they can go to any partner like PUSH or Mad Urban Center or Neighborhood Housing Services of South Buffalo or New Buffalo Impact or another. And once qualified by that agency, a resident can be connected to the resources of others, whether it's Erie County's Lead Hazard Control Program, NYSERDA's Empower Program, or NeighborWorks loan programs. And that's just a start. Once the work is begun, a resident educator will visit the family to explain what's being done to their home, discuss how to maintain improvements, and to connect them to any additional services they may qualify for. Buffalo has long been famous for its silos, especially the kind that prevented people from working together. And now, thanks to the people in this room, our famous silos are out that window. They're not in here. People in here have built bridges so they can serve families and save our neighborhoods. At the Community Foundation for Greater Buffalo, our mission is to connect people, ideas, and resources to improve lives in Western New York. It has been our greatest privilege to lead and to see the success of the Green and Healthy Homes Initiative. Every one of the partners who comprise this effort have stated unequivocally that by braiding resources, they are now serving people they could never have reached before, mainly because that took more than one agency to do the work. And so I want to salute you, our partners, who took a leap of faith that we could work together in a unified and shared system. And I'm going to ask our partners, would you please stand and be recognized? Come on. Don't sit down. And while you're standing, I ask you to join me in extending our collective heartfelt thank you to our distinguished Attorney General Eric Schneiderman and the committed and capable staff in your office. You have made a difference for hundreds of families who are safer, warmer, and healthier in their homes. Thank you. Thank you. Your funding has empowered our agencies to work collectively together as Green and Healthy Homes partners. And now you are enabling us to expand our partnership to help refugees who fled their countries for a better life. The American dream lives on with our immigrants working hard to own their own homes, and we are pleased to extend our support to them through Jericho Road Community Health Center. And as I conclude, I must leave you with a passage from a letter that came to our office this summer. Truthfully, I can get teary about this letter, so forgive me if I do. It's from a gentleman who is a disabled veteran. He and his wife watched their grandchildren in their home. He also was cited by the Erie County Health Department for lead paint. And he said he felt like a freeloader needing help. And I want to just leave you with a quote from his letter. I am so blessed that you had this program at this time and enabled me to keep my home, not only for myself and my wife, but also my grandbabies who really need this place. Thank you all for your support.
Thank you very much, members of the press. Please note, standing ovations at press conferences are very, very rare. Thank you. Thank you all. And now I'd like to bring up Stephanie Smith of the Jericho Road Community Health Center, a critical partner in the new venture that we're launching today.
Thank you very much. We're really honored to be here today. I wanted to give a personal thank you to Cara Metelliano and to your team at the Community Foundation for bringing us to the table in this initiative, and especially to the Attorney General and his team for investing in us and enabling us to reduce health home risks in our city's newest population. So thank you very much. And we're really excited to partner with the Green and Healthy Homes Initiative and look forward to the resources and the support that I know will be afforded to us from the entire network in this new branch and our new initiative. So thank you very much. As we're already aware, the faces of our community have become increasingly diverse as we welcome new Americans seeking refuge from around the world. Buffalo is the leading city for refugee resettlement in New York State, and refugees now account for 5% of our city population. The largest groups of recent arrivals are refugees from Burma and from Nepal. Jericho Road Community Health Center provides a medical home for over 12,000 refugees and low-income patients across Buffalo. Our mission is to facilitate wellness and self-sufficiency in the lives of the community members that we serve by addressing health, education, and economic barriers. 80% of those we serve are enrolled in Medicaid or are uninsured, and more than half of them have come to this country as refugees. We were recently awarded full federally qualified health center status and are committed to continuing to increase patient capacity and added services together toward a healthier Buffalo. The New Americans Project funding awarded from the Attorney General enables us to take a more proactive approach to addressing home and lead safety within Buffalo's primary refugee communities. Our model of raising up staff members directly from the ethnic communities that we serve enables us to cross cultural and linguistic barriers effectively. With this lead outreach initiative, we're engaging 3 community health workers to conduct targeted outreach, home visits, and educational workshops in multiple languages. I'm so pleased to have today our lead project team with us, including Govinda Subedi, March Moon, and Jay Ray, as well as our project manager, Mary Feeney. Thank you for being here. They're the ones who are going to lead this charge and serve as a bridge into the homes of Burmese, Karen, Karenni, and Nepali families across Buffalo. These community health workers will be able to communicate the dangers of lead poisoning, demonstrate safer cleaning and home care practices, and encourage lead screenings from a position of cultural understanding and trust. Their outreach will make hard-to-grasp concepts tangible, particularly around the dangers of lead poisoning for children, and empowering our clients with practical strategies so that they can reduce the risks in their homes and clean their homes safer, and also increase access to lead screenings and medical interventions as needed for the families. Through this proactive approach, we're extending the reach of our Hope Refugee Drop-In Center staff team into the homes of families, opening many doors, both literally and figuratively, and removing obstacles to healthier homes and families in our community. These collaborative efforts will combat the high prevalence of elevated blood lead levels found in refugee children. As we increase understanding and lower risk factors in the homes of those we reach directly, we know that this initiative will have a rippling impact within these refugee populations as information is shared through extended family and community networks. We applaud Attorney General Schneiderman for dedicating this funding to improve the health and safety of Buffalo's newest residents. And on behalf of the staff and those we serve, I offer our heartfelt thanks.
And finally, Stephanie Simeon, who's the Executive Director of Heart of the City, a key partner in this effort.
I promise to make this short and sweet. I am so excited to be here today and talk to you about the perspective from a community partner. I am surrounded by many of us here today, so I hope I serve you all really well and represent you well. Before we were able to get your funding, what happened is that someone would call us and say, I need my roof to be done. And then we would say, who has the funding? And then we would figure out maybe one person had the funding, but the only way they can do the roof is if weatherization came in, and then weatherization said, well, I can't come in until this person comes in, and the story goes on and on and on. What we have been able to do is take a community-based approach that many of the housing organizations that are here with me today have known from the beginning, that we needed a proactive approach. We needed to do something about many of the folks that we serve on a regular basis, but how are we able to break these resources, and how are we able to break through some of these silos? So we have a collective group. We meet monthly, and what we do is we take a house and we look not just at the house, but the family. This is the first time that we can look at the end users and say, how can we help this family? And when we come in, we come as a village of resources. And as I'm pretty sure our Ms. Flooring can tell you, there are a lot of people that are coming in and out of your home. And this is what we do for a typical homeowner. We go in, we do an environmental assessment. We look at the housing code violations. We look at anything that could exacerbate any health issues. And then when we come in, we have 7 to 8 skilled professional people that come in and make sure that this is a healthy home. And not only that, we also offer an educational component. So we want to make sure that if we give this person $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, that they're going to be a good steward of the funds that we were able to give to them. We want to make sure that they can keep up with the maintenance that we're doing with them, and we want to constantly keep them engaged throughout the whole process. This takes a village, and we are so excited that we were able to have the opportunity to bring this to many of the people that we serve. At Heritage City Neighborhoods, we serve people in a neighborhood that has the average age of the housing stock starts at 1840. So we're talking about properties that are over 100 years old. They don't need just a patch. They need a whole house approach. And I am so thankful that we were able to use the funding from Attorney General Schneiderman and able to work with our city officials to help us do the work that we've been doing and continue to do. We have canned a program that our colleagues in Rochester and Syracuse, hopefully they can fill our shoes and do just a good job as we have. But we hope that you impart to them the work that they're going to set out to do. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much.